Hey everyone, back again with my first video in a long time. Before the summer break, actually, and I'm excited to get back into it. Before I just jump into the content of this video, I've gotten some cool feedback, encouraging feedback from a few people. So shout outs to Josiah, Hunter, Gracie, Vivian, Chris, Rudy, Ben, Tom, Alistair, Joseph, B, Jossie, and Gianni and Zach. So, bless you guys. So the reason I haven't posted in a while is essentially because summer was a bit rough for me. While it was great to be on break, you know, there's a lot of stress building up from the PhD because I wasn't having much success in it. And so, really I was questioning whether I even wanted to go back to study after the summer. And ultimately I decided not to. As you can see in the title of this video, I've quit my PhD and very happy about that decision, but yeah, it's been a lot of struggle to get to this point. So I want to tell you guys about it. Hope I can give you some insight into why I've quit, and I want to keep things real for you guys, just as I want to do throughout this whole channel, all the videos I make. So just diving straight in. So the greater context of this story is all the way back into my childhood, but maybe some other videos can go into that. But I've been on a journey in this direction towards a PhD since high school or before. But in high school I dreamt up a vision of how I wanted my life to look, and then I constructed an action plan on that basis. Essentially, the vision is that I wanted a wife who was smart and fun and beautiful, and I wanted a job that made me look smart, paid highly, you know, was high status, paid well, and you know, was going to be enjoyable. And so I figured that would come from choosing the subjects that made me look smart, science in particular, science and maths, and this is why I studied all maths and science in high school in year 13, and why I chose chemistry and physics going into uni. So I showed a good aptitude in those subjects, and so I didn't really think I needed to think further about what I should do. Looking back now, I really should have, and just talked it through with people more about like what work was about, maybe what life was about. But you live and you learn. So yeah, I just really wanted to be the smart guy, and I figured that would give me the affirmation I wanted, that would give me the life I wanted, this kind of job. And so science became the vehicle to that destination, really. And so I was in university from 2014 and adjusted my courses of study over time, just based on what I wanted to do at that time. So from physics and chemistry into like more data science and eventually AI. Ended up positioning myself into a PhD in AI that I started in May 2021. And obviously, yeah, so AI being incredibly up there for high status, high paying jobs that are sort of enjoyable, definitely gonna make me look like a smart guy. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be affirmed for that. That's what I wanted my identity to be. And so as the months rolled by with my PhD, I struggled and strained through my work. Didn't really come naturally to me, I suppose, or a lot of it. The reading papers, making notes, writing, testing, and debugging code. I wasn't good at most of it. It didn't come easily or naturally, yeah, and the work came to feel hard in such a way that it really forced me to think about why I was really doing what I was doing, and whether it was really me. So yeah, it made me question, like, is this really me? And also as a Christian, is this properly aligned with my deepest God-given desires? Because I believe that God gives desires to his children to serve him with, serve him through. And I also had to question, you know, is this really something I want to pour my life into? Because it's not just finishing the PhD, it's beyond that, like a career, continually upskilling and all that. And through the unfruitfulness of my labors, just the vexation about it all, I eventually came to the answer of no. it wasn't for me. And so my interest in AI was revealed to be just that, an interest, and not the passion that it needs to be to do a PhD and continue. And so, yeah, I think my interest in science has just also revealed itself as a means to an end, a way of achieving the validation and finances I wanted. And there's positive interest there, but it's become something in my life that's sort of blown out of proportion because of what I wanted to get out of it. So yeah, I was trying to get what I wanted out of it rather than seeking to further God's purposes through it. So yeah, I told myself I was, but I wasn't at the heart of it. So yeah, so God's recently been deepening my belief that his affirmation's the one that ultimately counts, and that I can actually trust him at the end of the day to meet all my financial needs. And so those things allowed me to feel like I don't need an impressive job anymore, and I just get to trust him to meet my needs while following what he's given me for me to do. I don't have to just set myself up and do those things later. Because God wants to take care of my needs. And I can just be fulfilled in life with him, and the work that he has for me is where I'm at with it. And so essentially my vision for how I want my life to be is now more in terms of pursuing that life's work rather than simply having a good wife and job. That vision had sort of developed over time anyway, but that remained kind of accurate for quite a while from high school onwards. But yeah, I still want a partner in the sublime. That one's for you, Alistair. And a job, but I now see those things as finding their proper place within God's special purpose and plan for my life, which is not AI. And I see my life's work as something like knowing God in a revitalizing way and helping other people to know him in that way too. But how that'll work out for my life in particular is I'm on a path to discovering God, showing me what he wants me to be doing over time. And so for now I'm just moving forward into some part-time math tutoring work, hopefully, for high school kids. And it's just paying bills, recovering from the PhD, saving for my overseas trip, hanging out, having some meals with friends. And that's essentially all I wanted to say. There's a lot more that could be said, but I want to keep these videos kind of short-ish. It's already getting up towards the 10-minute mark, so I'll just finish it off. So yeah, as I'm sure you guys have guessed, this PhD is taking a toll on mental health, and so I've talked about my mental health in just my 2 other videos, and I have a plan to release a series of videos on those things. Anxiety and depression have been the big ones for me. And so yeah, stay tuned in for those, for the videos I'm going to release on those things. And please let me know any feedback you have, or comments, critiques, or things you'd like me to talk more about in future videos, or just talk about at all. Put a comment down below, or send me a private message if you have my Facebook. And so until next time, ka kite anō, and catch you later. Keep it real. God bless.